When you pour your heart into something, you're always gonna see the imperfections in it. I'm gonna fuck it up the second time, I promise you. All right, let's do it again. Let me know when you're ready. A lot of people do call me the GOAT. I'm not the best or better than anyone. It means that I try every day to be the greatest person that I could be at anything. My name is Carlos Estrella, formerly known as Los Cut It. I am a hair artist, global platform artist for Babyliss Pro, and owner of Headquarters Chicago. I mean, the city of Chicago is extremely important to me because, you know, it's my origins, it's where I'm from. I'm born and raised here. So growing up in the town that I was in, we didn't really go and expand the horizons. I literally just stayed in the 2-3 block radius. Once I started traveling, that's kind of what opened me up to being in the city, a more open area with different types of people. I think Chicago is one of the most diverse cities and influential cities when it comes to being up to date with what's relevant, style, clothing, music. It's definitely an iconic area, an iconic city with a bunch of icons like Michael Jordan, the greatest player in my opinion. I'm a true Chicago, and everywhere I go, I mean, you see my hat. Everywhere I go, I have to rep my city, and I have to let people know where I'm from. Yeah, growing up, we had to move from my original town that we lived in due to some confrontation with people. So I remember enrolling myself into a boot camp at the age of 17. And this is a place where people usually get sent from court or their parents sent. I actually enrolled myself. My family didn't want me to go, but I knew it was best for me. I was sent away for 6 months, and there I was able to really, one, appreciate freedom, the discipline I learned there, just being structured, being able to wake up early and be productive, not just busy. And those 6 months is what I feel shifted my entire life after that, because as soon as I graduated, I was able to go to my first job interview at a barbershop. And from that moment on, what led me to be who I am today based off all the traits that I learned in there. I first started at an all-African barbershop, which is where I learned how to cut curly hair, natural hair, and I got really good. When I moved down to the south side, I was working with a lot of Middle Eastern gentlemen, and we all know Middle Eastern people have really thick beards really early. So I got to really get great at my beard. So when I incorporated the diversity in different types of people, I also started including different types of styles. You started seeing how people changed up north compared to the south side, compared to the east side or the west side. So that just helped me get a nice range of understanding who likes what in different regions. So when I started traveling, it just gave me the ability to expand my mind and creativity. So a lot of people do ask, how did you get into barbering? You have to understand, I got into barbering before it was cool. Like, there was no such thing. At the time, it was more like a survival instinct. I needed a haircut. My hair grew out really, really fuzzy, and my father's really old school. And one day I remember I needed a haircut for picture day. He looked over at me when I asked him, and he was like, we'll go next week. So I remember saying something underneath my breath to him, and he turned around and he yelled at me. And I remember the one thing he said, he's like, if you want to cut your hair every week, I don't care if you buy a machine and cut your hair bald for all I care. Do what you got to do. And I did just that. Ironically, I went to Walmart and got me a Conair clipper. Fast forward 24 years later, I'm affiliated and working with the brand Conair, also known as Babyliss. I mean, Babyliss became the greatest clipper company today, and I'm just honored to be a part of that. I'm honored to share my creativity to help that company grow and then the brand grow as well. So I think the most barbers that inspire me are probably one of my closest friends that I'm with all the time. Top of the list, based off personal relationship, the number one I have to say is Sophie. I go from Sophie Stagel to Barber Josh, and from like Mr. Official. It's too many to name. It necessarily doesn't have to do with just work. It's just who the people are in general, what makes the magic happen on my end. The people I have around me now have helped me and impacted what I do in a great positive way, simply because I started to realize one thing, right? So when you just do what you love and you just focus on in your world, you'll be surprised the type of people that you attract. You don't have to go and chase people to make your dream come true. Just find the people that are dreaming like you. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I realized this year when I opened up headquarters. So when it comes to being impacted in a positive way, that's what I've learned. Stop chasing people to do what you want to do and just do you, and you'll be surprised what comes along. Happiness. Being happy, I'm glad you asked that question, because being successful, I think a lot of people do think it's a thing. I know it's a feeling. I say this all the time, like I could die today and be happy because everything that I did came from love and passion. Now, as far as your definition of success, people might have different opinions on what it is, but to me, as long as you're happy with who you are and what you're doing, you can be successful. And I think as of today, I'm extremely successful because I am extremely happy with what I do every day and how my life is going. The best quality that I possess to make me feel like I fit in is that I'm always trying to grow. I never settle. I'm always trying to change and evolve because I understand that a lot of industry, including our industry, changes constantly. And if you're just stuck in that phase of what you're comfortable in, then that's where you stand and that's where you stay. To me, by understanding and knowing different things allows me to work with people that are great in that aspect because I also get what they're doing, and it allows me to work with the right people, not just good people. I just strictly stuck to what I believed in, what I enjoyed, and gave my identity to the barbering game. And with that came all these opportunities, and every day is a new story for me, a new chapter, and that's how I grow. I don't plan any of this. The only thing that I plan on is that I have to focus on always being happy with no matter what it is that I do. My future goal is to never stop growing and never stop learning. Never stay stagnant, just always level up every year, level up, whether it's skill, whether it is as a human. I just have to grow. And thank God, since I've been aware of that for the last 6 years, every year has been better for me. Take the sun! Take the sun!